Hey, everybody, and a blessed Monday to you. Our Bible verse today comes from John 16, verse 33. And it's to kind of set the scene. This is when Jesus has had the Last Supper with his disciples. He's washed their feet, and he's kind of giving them words of comfort and peace and, what it's going to be like after he's arrested and killed. And they're not quite understanding it all, but he's trying to give them peace. And he says this in John 16:33. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. Do people ever say to you, God is with you, or don't worry, God is with you? And you've thought, okay, God, I guess you're with me. Maybe that's because nothing really that tough is going on at the moment. Or maybe something really big is going on and you hear God is with you and you think, well, really? If God was with me, why do I feel so terrible? Why do these terrible things happen? Why do terrible things happen in the world if God is with us? Well, it's interesting in this verse because Jesus tells his disciples that they will have many trials and sorrows here on earth. In other words, the world will deal out what it's going to deal out. And God doesn't take us out of the world. In fact, in another part of this particular part of John, Jesus says, I'm not taking you out of the world. You're going to be in the world, but I am with you. Jesus doesn't protect us from the world, the physical things that will happen, but his presence does something else. It gives us a different perspective on the world. It gives us hope. It gives us love in the midst of our enemies, or in the midst of conflict, or in the midst of people being just against us. And I don't know what it's like for you right now in this pandemic. I don't know what it's like for you in your home. For a lot of people, this lockdown has just, we've just seen an increase in violence in homes, and we've seen just all kinds of stuff going on in our world. We've certainly seen this mass shooting we had last week. There's a lot of heavy stuff going on in the midst of something that's already pretty heavy. And God doesn't say, I'm going to just magically wave my wand and make it all go away. But the presence of God tells us that we're never alone, that our life matters, that how we respond to the gifts that God has given us matters to the rest of the world. Do something about this, God. I did do something. I made you. But also God's presence centers us, gives us that hope, that peace, that love, that enduring joy in the midst of these hardships. It doesn't mean you won't be sad. It doesn't mean you won't be at the end of your rope. It doesn't mean that you won't, do all kinds of things or not do the things you should do. But it means that God is with you. And that changes everything. Have a great, great Monday.